Vega 56 in 2020. Should you consider it? Should you buy it? Can you mod it? How much performance can you get? We're going to find all that out today. Hey guys, welcome to Frame Chasers, and this is the behemoth that we're going to be playing with today. It's a Power Color Red Dragon Vega 56. I got this for $180, which was a steal. They're going for about 250 bucks on eBay right now. Whether you should maybe consider it at that price is going to be up to you after you see the benchmarks. But, yeah, in terms of Vega gets slammed a lot as being, like, hot, loud, power hungry, doesn't perform as well as its competitors. We're going to find out what the real scoop is today. On that note, though, definitely just avoid all the blower ones. Those things just can't move enough air to cool the blowers. You can undervolt them quite a bit, but even if you undervolt them, you might get like 1400 megahertz out of them, and they just run way too damn hot. These ones, the aftermarket coolers though, yeah, I think it's going to be good. For scale, here is a 2060. Look at that behemoth. It's insanity. And it definitely needs it because this thing will pull more than 300 watts easy. Can it keep it cool though? When you're shopping for a Vega 56, the most important thing that you have to research beforehand is make sure it has Samsung HBM. If you order one and it comes with Hynix HBM, that is legit like 20% performance gone right there that you'll never be able to get. It turns the Vega 56 from being able to compete with a 2060 to being able to compete with a 2070 just by having that Samsung HBM. You're going to find out exactly why later when I show you the benchmarks. So what we're going to do today is run it stock the way it is. Then I'm going to pull it apart like usual. Only this one, I'm going to be putting liquid metal on it. People are going to scream at me and say, hey, why are you doing that? You're going to burn it out. I put liquid metal on everything around here. It's like Frank's hot sauce. Just put that shit on everything. And yeah, this model specifically, and I think all the Power Color, the Red Devils and the Red Dragons, the HBM stack is actually, the chips don't go to the substrate. It's all filled in. So you're perfectly safe putting liquid metal on these models. I'll show you a picture later of what I'm talking about. So you can kind of tell by the picture, if you look around the chips, the memory HBM stacks and the die, it's all filled in with something. I'm not sure what, but the liquid metal is not going to go down there to the interposer, so you don't have to worry about it. And with that, on to the benchmarks. Well, there you have it. So according to the benchmarks, overclocked 2060 runs about neck and neck with the Vega 56. There are some outliers out there that you'll want to pay attention to. There are just some games that run really well with Polaris and GCN architecture. Mainly Warzone and Red Dead Redemption 2 from my testing anyway. So let's say they were both $250. I'd If they were both $250, it would depend on what game you were gonna play. Even though I don't test Fortnite, I know that the RTX card would perform better on Fortnite because it's an Unreal Engine. But if you're getting into Warzone, I would seriously try and consider a Vega. That engine just runs really well with GCN. Now, if you got them for the same price that I got them for, which would be $170 for the Vega and $250 for the 2060, Vega all day long. You're saving $80 and you're getting the same performance and then better in some games, right? So, but if they were both $250 and you were gonna go for Fortnite and Overwatch and League of Legends and those type of games, Valorant, I would go with the 2060 then. But if you're buying brand new, don't get anything yet. The next gen cards are coming out in like 3 months. Just hold out. But if you're buying used, yeah, that's what I would go with. If you take a look at the Wolfenstein benchmarks, you're going to notice that I benched the 2060 with DLSS and RTX on quality. And the reason I did that was because the DLSS and the RTX in that game are just so well optimized. You can actually get 140 FPS with full ray tracing on that game with a 2060, which is going to be important information going forward. Pretty much don't compare them. It's just a nice thing to look at, but don't be like, hey, I'm going to get a Vega card or an RTX card because it gets this many more frames, or I'm going to get for these many features or whatever. It's just there just to show you that it's just for fun. You know what I mean? That being said, though, I did not use DLSS or RTX for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It just is not optimized in that game. I wouldn't use it in Control. I wouldn't use it in Monster Hunter. I wouldn't use it in those games where it's like not DLSS 2.0. You know what I mean? It has to be DLSS 2.0 for it to be benchable, pretty much. Otherwise, the other versions are just such bad quality that it's just, at that point, you might as well just go frame to frame comparison, right? One thing I forgot to mention for this model specifically, it is a nano PCB, and Power Color never actually made a Vega 64 Red Dragon in a nano PCB, so there was actually no BIOS to flash it. If you ever come across this, there is an XFX Vega 64 with a nano PCB BIOS out there. That's the one I used. All the ports work. It's made for Samsung HBM. It worked perfectly. You just have to Google XFX Nano Vega 64 BIOS, and you'll find a unverified BIOS. Don't let that scare you. That's the right one. The unverified XFX BIOS is the one you gotta use. That's only for this specific model with the Nano PCB and the Samsung HBM. But you can get, the benchmarks showed 25% across the board, sometimes 30% on like Warzone, right? It's crazy. Just a simple BIOS flash and some MSI Afterburner tweaks. Final clocks were 1700 in Afterburner on the core, so it evened out around 1670. HBM was at 1125, and the temperature never even went above 60 degrees Celsius. Hotspot was like 65. So the liquid metal on that thing is just like, it's magic. It's magical. Yeah, that's it. So I think I covered everything I wanted to cover today. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions on what mods I did, how I bench, how you can get some more frames in your games. And yeah, talk to you guys later.